Today just feels like a very festive, wintry day, so I'm going to make the most of it and I'm going to take you along with me. So first, I've been doing Advents in the morning every single day, and I have my tea one, which I'm going to open right now. I just made my breakfast tea and it is so freaking good. I got the Chelsea breakfast from the Whittard's Tea Advent calendar. Oh, it's so good. Now I'm going to make some oatmeal and then probably get started with my day. I know I want to write. I really want to go into Old Town later today to do some last minute Christmas shopping and perusing. I love adding peanut butter and banana and a little bit of honey to my oatmeal. It's just like the perfect combination. So I recently finished a book last night and it was called Clear by Carrie Davies. It was pretty good. It was like set in like a Scottish island, and then he gets visited by this man who is telling him that he needs to leave the island, but they can't really like communicate with each other. So like up until the end, they both kind of like live this like fantasy of like them not telling each other who they truly are. More so the man who is like evicting him isn't telling him the truth. It was good. I really like stories set in like remote islands, definitely in like Scotland. That's a really cool setting to read about. Like it's kind of like misty and there's a lot of good description of like weather, which I really enjoy reading. So that was good. I've kind of neglected my goal of reading this year. I've been in kind of like a reading slump for like the past 2 months. Like the last time I read a book was in October. October 11th, I finished Carmilla, but definitely Clear got me out of that. And my next book that I am reading is Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead. And what I did with Clear, which I think is kind of the reason why I got out of my reading slump, was usually I read the descriptions on books so I get like, oh, this is what I am reading about. But for Clear, I didn't. I don't know how I stumbled upon it. Maybe someone said that it was good. They didn't really like talk about it fully, but they were like, yeah, this is a book that I really liked. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. So I just downloaded it and like started reading it. And I didn't know anything about it. So that's what I did with this one. Also, I'm on chapter 1, like I haven't even started it, but I know absolutely nothing about it, so that's fun. I'm gonna sit here and eat and read a little bit and then I'll get started with work. I didn't get too far into the book while eating. I got page like 21, but it's so gripping. Like you don't really know what's going on, so it makes you want to read more. Yeah, it's very good so far, and I'm excited to read more of this, but I have to put it down for now because I'm actually going to do some writing today. I haven't written, gosh, it feels like forever, which is very well true. I haven't written in like 3 months, just because there's just been things in my life that have been taking up more time and more room, which is completely fine. But now I'm at that point where I can finally start writing again, which is very exciting. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Before I start on writing, I'm quickly going to edit and upload my tea advent calendar short for today. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I just uploaded that video and now I'm gonna work on some writing stuff. Since I haven't written in a pretty long time, I'm gonna do a little bit of like exercises to kind of get me back on track. So I don't really plan on writing anything from my novel today I'm probably going to read over some of the stuff that I've already written, kind of get my brain on track of where I left off, because you know I made notes and I wrote passages before I left and I don't know what 3 months ago I was thinking. So yeah, probably definitely need to update and look over my like chapter overview that I have written. So I have kind of like a document where I have a chapter summary. So that's how I've outlined my chapters. So I just need to go through those, look those over, and then maybe read over some of like the more hefty, intense chapters that I have written to kind of get my brain back into the mode of 1960s England. So that is one thing that I'm going to do. But the other thing I'm going to do is I think I want to write something festive and something more of an exercise and not really anything related to my novel. Although it might be kind of fun to do like a Christmas or a winter scene in my novel. That could be quite fun actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because my novel is set in like a university setting, so there's going to be time off for like winter break, and I actually have not written that winter break scene. And so I think I'm going to maybe play along with that, which will be really fun. I was gonna work in my office, but then I just really wanted to be in front of my Christmas tree while writing some of this like Christmas inspired, like winter inspired scenes and reading over my notes. So I'm going to do that. Plus my office is like so dark because it doesn't have any windows, and I normally like that, but during winter, I really just want to be by like festivity. So I'm moving into this room. So I'm going to start reading now. I love looking back on what my book notes were, because this novel that I am currently writing has changed so many times, and I really need to stop doing that because it's so hard to rewrite half a book. Like I really need to like put everything out there and then do edits, but I find myself doing edits while it's not even finished. So that's a problem that I have. Another major rewrite took place September 10th. I just have all of these bullet points of like things that I want to change, and it's like, this is gonna change like so much of my story. Like I need to rewrite so much, but that's fine. That's not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is we are writing a winter scene. Also thinking about winter and like academia and university settings, I really want to rewatch The Holdovers. Like I watched that when it first came out. I watched it and oh my god, it was just so good. And now that I'm getting back into my book, which is, you know, set in a university, I really want to watch that. So maybe when we come home from like going out today, we can watch The Holdovers, because that is that's a very good movie. That's probably like one of my favorite movies ever. Okay, it's a bit later now and my fiance came home because we have a wedding meeting at 1:30, so we're just gonna hop on that now. Okay, we just finished one of our wedding meetings, which went really well, and I don't know why, I just feel always so stressed for meetings, which is kind of dumb. But now that's over. I also have the issue of like, once it gets like close to the meeting time, I can't do anything. Like I feel like a lot of people experience this where like they can't do anything if they have like an appointment in the afternoon. And I've really tried to like not do that, but today at like 11, I like started to feel like I couldn't do anything until the meeting time at 1:30, which was like slightly annoying. But now that's all good and I can work a little bit more on my book and, well, yeah, like a little Christmas scene of my novel. And then later we're gonna go into Old Town and look at some of the Christmas stuff, which I'm very excited about. Okay, I'm in my closet. I'm actually a bit warm right now. It's like 50 degrees outside, which is pretty warm for December right now. So I'm just gonna quickly change into like a sweater vest, especially since we're going into Alexandria later and I'm gonna be wearing a coat, so I don't wanna get too hot. I got my shirt and sweater vest, so let's change. I've changed into a sweater vest and it is way more breathable and I'm less hot now, so that's good. But I just wrote a little bit more of that winter chapter that is like a writing exercise, I guess. Christmas scene based in my novel. It may or may not make its way into the final draft of it, but just to get more inspired to write my novel after being away for so long. And it's very fun. I also heard a creator say, who's also writing a novel, that they like to handwrite their chapters sometimes because they feel more like their character. It basically feels like I'm writing like my character's letter, and it's a lot easier sometimes to write on paper that way than it is to type, because it feels like I am actually writing a letter in like the 1960s, which is very fun. So I'm going to sit on the couch and do some more writing of the chapter. Okay, we're headed into Old Town now to look in some of the shops and maybe do some Christmas shopping. Better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you what. You never know, they have space for everything. No, they have like everything for everybody. This is cool. Little bucks. This one's a tree. Okay, we're down by the waterfront in Alexandria, and we just popped by Old Town Shop and we got some ornaments, which are very cute. I think we're gonna walk back now. We have one more shop to go into. It's like a stationery shop. It is so cute. We went in there like one other time and they have like fountain pens and stationery stuff, so we're gonna go do that now. But the streets are decorated so well with like lights, and all the shops are decorated so beautifully. It's really magical.
Very Christmassy.
Okay, so we're in the torpedo factory in Alexandria, and it's actually like has been converted to art studios, so you can rent out art studios, which is so freaking cool. They're closed, sadly, so we can't go in, but they have really cute stationery stuff, so we'll come back another day. Okay, we're headed to the metro to go home and eat some food. Okay, we just got home and it was a little cold on the walk home, but we're warmed up now. We're gonna get some food and then we're gonna watch a movie, possibly The Holdovers, because that is a great Christmas movie. This meal is such a staple in like my family's household. It's just rice and then you have cabbage, bacon, and stewed tomatoes that have been like simmering on the pot for like 30 minutes. These are leftovers from yesterday, but it is so freaking good and so easy to make. Okay, this looks so good. For our drink of choice tonight, Trevor is gonna go for this luxury white hot chocolate from Whittard's. He actually has a Whittard's hot cocoa advent calendar. So this is one he got like a couple days ago and he's gonna have this tonight. I am gonna do some eggnog. Before I sign off the vlog, I wanted to show the ornament that we got when we were in Alexandria earlier. We actually found this one at like the last moment. We were gonna get a different one, but then I saw this one and it's of the City Hall in Alexandria at Christmas time. There's like a little tree, a snowy tree, and then the City Hall, and this is where the farmers markets are and we like go to those, and so it's kind of very nostalgic and I don't know, it's just a good representation of what Alexandria means to us. So that's why we got it. And now we're gonna put it on the tree. Do the honors.
This spot looks pretty good.
Yeah, that spot looks great.
So cute.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Perfect.
All right, thank you so much for joining me on this Christmassy vlog. I hope you have a wonderful holiday and I'll see you next time. Bye.